the crystal-clear waters of the Red Sea, where sunlight dances on the ocean floor like liquid gold, lies one of the most breathtaking and treacherous dive sites on Earth. The Blue Hole of Dahab, Egypt, is a mesmerizing underwater sinkhole that plunges more than 100 meters, 328 feet, into the abyss, its sapphire blue waters beckoning adventurers from around the world. Yet, beneath its serene surface lurks a deadly secret. Over 200 divers have lost their lives in its depths, earning it the grim nickname, the Divers' Cemetery. But what makes this natural wonder so lethal? Is it the extreme depths that tempt divers beyond their limits? The deceptive underwater currents that pull them into the darkness? Or could there be something even more sinister lurking in its uncharted passages? Meet Tarek Omar, a local legend known as the Guardian of the Blue Hole. For decades, he has risked his life retrieving the bodies of those who never surfaced, their final moments frozen in time beneath the waves. His harrowing stories reveal the terrifying truth behind why so many divers vanish without a trace. Some were lured by the infamous Arch, a deadly tunnel that connects the Blue Hole to the open ocean, its siren call leading even experienced divers to their doom. Others fell victim to nitrogen narcosis, a dangerous euphoria that clouds judgment at depth or simply ran out of air in the labyrinthine caves. Today, we'll uncover the chilling science behind blue holes, the tragic accidents that haunt this underwater graveyard, and the eerie final footage of a diver who filmed his own descent into darkness right before the abyss claimed him forever. Blue holes are nature's underwater time capsules, ancient, gaping sinkholes formed over 10,000 years ago during the last ice age, when sea levels were more than 300 feet lower than they are today. Back then, relentless rainwater seeped through the earth, slowly dissolving the soft limestone bedrock and carving out vast subterranean caverns. Then, as the glaciers melted and the oceans rose, the sea swallowed these caves whole, flooding them with dark, icy water and leaving behind these eerie vertical abysses. Today, they stand like silent portals to another world, their depths holding secrets from a time long forgotten. The most famous of these underwater chasms is Belize's Great Blue Hole, a stunning circular wonder visible even from space. But Egypt's Blue Hole is far deadlier, a deceptively beautiful predator in disguise. Its shallow rim, just 30 feet below the surface, glows an inviting turquoise, luring divers into a false sense of security. But venture over the edge, and the bottom drops out beneath you, plunging into an abyss over 800 feet deep, deeper than most military submarines dare to descend. As you sink into the darkness, the water grows colder, the pressure crushing, and the oxygen vanishes, creating a lifeless dead zone where even the hardiest sea creatures refuse to go. It's like swimming into a black hole, one moment of overconfidence, one misjudged turn, and the abyss claims another victim, their body lost in the endless blue void. The debate rages on among diving experts. What makes Egypt's Blue Hole so much deadlier than other underwater sinkholes? Some point to its infamous Arch, a submerged tunnel at 170 feet that acts like a siren's call, its shimmering mouth tempting divers to venture deeper than their training or equipment allows. Others argue the real killer is nitrogen narcosis, the rapture of the deep. This dangerous high, caused by intense water pressure, warps perception like a psychedelic drug. Divers become euphoric, disoriented, and sometimes even hallucinate, forgetting to monitor their depth or air supply until it's too late. At just 100 feet, the narcosis begins, colors appear brighter, time distorts, and divers feel invincible. By 200 feet, the mind unravels completely. Many slip into unconsciousness, their regulators tumbling from slack jaws as they drift silently into the void. Tarek Omar, the guardian of this underwater graveyard, has recovered countless victims from these depths. Some were seasoned professionals, their confidence fatally outmatched by the blue hole's tricks. Others were adrenaline junkies chasing glory, only to become permanent residents of the abyss. But one case haunts him more than any other. A diver who captured his own demise on camera. The footage revealing every chilling second of his final, fateful descent into darkness. In the year 2000, Yuri Lipski, a 22-year-old Russian diving enthusiast with boundless confidence, arrived in the sleepy beach town of Dahab, Egypt, determined to make his mark on the infamous blue hole. Ignoring the locals' grim warnings and bypassing safety protocols, he strapped a video camera to his head and plunged into the abyss alone, unaware he was about to become the site's most famous cautionary tale. The video begins. Innocently, sunbeams pierce the azure waters. Schools of tropical fish dart past, and the distant silhouettes of other divers fade into the blue. But as Yuri crosses 200 feet, the world transforms. The light vanishes. The water turns ink black. His breathing becomes ragged, his movements jerky and uncoordinated. Then, his dive computer's alarm flashes like a death sentence. 91 meters, or 300 feet at depth, where nitrogen narcosis turns minds to fog, where oxygen becomes poison, where recreational diving becomes a death wish. Diving experts later pieced together the tragedy. Yuri had strapped on too much weight, dooming himself to sink uncontrollably. In his disoriented state, he desperately inflated his buoyancy vest, only for the overpressurized device to explode like a balloon. The final harrowing seconds of footage show his gloves scraping uselessly against the seabed, his bubbles rising like a countdown to the end, then blackness. Tarek Omar recovered Yuri's body, still clutching his camera. When his grieving parents played the tape, they didn't just see their son's death, they heard it in every gasping, terrified breath. Today, Yuri's footage plays in dive shops worldwide, its grainy images serving as a grim reminder. The blue hole doesn't just kill, it shows you exactly how it feels to die. But beyond the natural dangers of the blue hole lies a more disturbing truth: human greed. In the cutthroat world of Dahab's diving tourism, corruption runs deep. Many local dive shops prioritize profit over safety, offering dangerously discounted dives with expired equipment, falsified certifications, and guides who turn a blind eye to reckless behavior. Some even hand tanks and regulators to untrained tourists after just a quick cash payment, a practice that led to the infamous 2017 bloodbath, when 3 inexperienced divers perished in the blue hole within 7 days. Their bodies were recovered at different depths, each telling the same story: panic, disorientation, and ultimately abandonment by those who were supposed to protect them. A former dive instructor speaking on condition of anonymity revealed the horrifying reality. Money talks here. If you flash enough cash, they'll take you straight to the arch, no questions asked. But those who miraculously survive such negligence often pay a lifelong price. Emergency ascents from extreme depths frequently result in the bends, a brutal case of decompression sickness where nitrogen bubbles crystallize in the bloodstream, shredding tissues and causing strokes. Survivors have been left with slurred speech, paralyzed limbs, or worse, permanent brain damage that turns their memories of the blue hole into a fractured nightmare. As one neurologist bluntly put it, they may have escaped the abyss, but the abyss never left them. Yet despite its grim reputation, the blue hole continues to lure thrill seekers chasing the ultimate adrenaline rush, the perilous swim through the submerged arch and into the open ocean, considered the holy grail of technical diving. Only an elite few have ever completed this deadly passage alive, their success often hinging as much on luck as skill. One survivor described blacking out at 250 feet only to mysteriously wake up on his dive boat with no recollection of his ascent. Doctors later confirmed he should have died. His survival was nothing short of a physiological miracle, with his body somehow executing a textbook emergency ascent while he was completely unconscious. The blue hole isn't just a dive site. It's an underwater coliseum where nature battles human ambition, and nature always wins. Yet hundreds still pilgrimage here annually, hypnotized by its crystalline waters and dark legend. Perhaps it's mankind's eternal compulsion to flirt with mortality, to stare into the abyss just to feel truly alive. As you watch this, someone is probably gearing up right now to challenge the blue hole's depths, convinced they'll be the exception to its deadly rule. Before you go, tell us in the comments, would you dare to dance with this underwater reaper? If these real-life horrors fascinate you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because in our world, the most terrifying stories aren't fiction. They're waiting beneath the waves. Dive safe, or don't dive at all.